at time of recording, Halloween has just passed, and we had some anime-themed costumes we debuted, sort of.
Yeah, I was like post-punk Tanjiro. I was like,
I liked your other phrasing of it.
Tanjiro. Well, how else did Bad Boy Tanjiro?
Bad Boy Tanjiro.
Bad Hero Tanjiro.
Because
Yeah.
I was just reminded in the last episode, we talked about how Tanjiro is a good boy.
Yeah.
So you were Bad Boy Tanjiro.
Yeah, I mean, I have like this Tanjiro hoodie that I put a leather jacket over, and then I have this record box that I crafted into my Nezuko box. And
honestly, genius.
Yeah.
It was inspiring.
It was inspiring, and I was Danny Phantom as well, but that's not anime.
Not anime. I was Giyu to go along with you. And I was proud because I just pulled little socks up because he's got those like funny sandal wraps. So
yeah, the sandal wraps.
That was a nice little budget tip.
Our budget cosplay here on Bravery Punch.
Let's say top tier patrons can see the cosplay.
Yeah, top tier patrons. Yeah, and if you go to our OnlyFans now, you can get the exclusive cosplay content.
Search for Bravery Punch anywhere you get your OnlyFans. Welcome back to Bravery Punch, the shonen show where we forgot about this little bit we do. I'm Doki Duffy.
I'm Kunai Kennie.
And today we're talking about some current anime and more, so stay tuned. You want to get things started?
Welcome back to Bravery Punch, the shonen show. We're your hosts. It's been feels like it's been a while since we've been in the studio.
It has been, but for their timeline, they just got a new episode. So they're excited to hear us again.
We're back on the people's radar. Hello.
Absolutely.
So it's a big season for anime right now, shonen in particular. There's a whole bunch of stuff airing. So much I haven't even been able to keep up with all of it. We're mainly today going to be focusing on Chainsaw Man. I think we're going to talk some JoJo's Part 6, Little My Hero,
little Mob Psycho.
Mob. I haven't got a chance to watch Mob, but we can
I give you the vibe.
Yeah, we can get a shout out to Mob.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mob.
So if you're hopefully this episode will be titled something involving Chainsaw Man, so we get your maximum search engine optimization. So we'll get to that, but we'll appetize you with our other thoughts and takes on the other anime Kunai Kennie just mentioned.
So I guess let's start with the big one, My Hero. Back again, and I would say it's probably the biggest shown. Aside from Chainsaw Man, yeah. But ongoing, like it's the long. Is it the longest contender for? I mean, Bleach is back too. We don't even watch. Bleach,
what are you contending for? What are you saying?
I don't know. It's just it's been going for a long time, and we're back.
But One Piece is always going.
Yeah, One Piece is always going.
But you're right. My Hero started that trend of the seasonal, the kind of going with the arcs thing.
Yeah.
That now Demon Slayer follows and everything else. So.
Anyway,
it is back.
It is back. My Hero's back is the point I was trying to make here, and it's coming back strong here. These first episodes, they like jumped right back into it. I feel like there's a lot of times when some of the seasons can start really slowly. There's a recap episode, but this time around they really just dived right into this hero raid on the villain compound, and it has been awesome. So some My Hero spoilers ahead, by the way.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because when I was anime only for this show, I think the second season started with a filler episode of them all swimming.
Yeah,
so it's
I
funny you talk
remember
about diving in because they literally were diving in. I was like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
But you're right. They do just get right to the action. I've read further ahead than this in the manga, so I do know where this is going, but it's still exciting to see a lot of this going down in the anime.
It looks really good too. Miriko, the rabbit hero, coming in, it was so awesome.
Yeah, her fight's awesome.
Her fight was super exciting. A cool hero that I feel like has, is can step on me if they want to.
and of course you got your boy Crust.
Crust.
The shield guy.
Oh yeah, Crust, of course. Crust, yeah.
Of course.
All of our favorite heroes.
But so I've been kind of half watching this along with Kunai Kennie because I've read it and I don't watch every episode with him. But something that I think is funny about the show is we're 5 or 6 seasons in, and they still show everybody's name all the time.
Quirk, yeah.
And Quirk.
Yeah.
And sure, for Crust, that's fine. I don't know Crust. But like, you can't be showing Deku's name.
Yeah, like Midoriya.
Like, if you don't know him, why are you here?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to gatekeep fans. It's just like, it's strange.
Yeah. What is so interesting about this show, speaking of Deku, Midoriya, whatever you want to call him, is we were saying sometimes this show can shine at its most when he's not in the limelight. Not that I dislike him or anything. I think he's a great protagonist. He also has some really fantastic moments, but he hasn't really been in this season at all, and every fight has been fantastic. All the characters are really bringing a lot to the table, and I don't miss him. I'm not like, oh, I want to cut back to what Midoriya is up to. I'm like, I want to know what Hawks is doing. I want to see Endeavor burning stuff up. So it's interesting. I feel like it has such a wide cast of characters, and at times it uses them well, but then other times it loses sight because it has so many.
It's almost as like in like Harry Potter if the teachers were super interesting. And
yeah,
they never are, right? I mean, you're never like, oh, I can't wait to see what Snape is up to. But like, they make the teachers really compelling. I mean, Endeavor had that whole. I mean, this was maybe 2 seasons ago, but Endeavor's on his whole arc. He's got a character arc going right now.
Bad Dad's gone good.
Exactly. I'm here for that. Absolutely. I mean, Hawks is a whole freaking character with intrigue and like stuff going on with him. So I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, and I mean some of the villains too. It almost like in this season too. I've really again some big My Hero spoilers here if you don't want them. For the new season, but with Twice dying, that was such a powerful moment, and you're rooting for the villains almost at a point here where it's like, oh my gosh, like it's doing a good job of what initially seemed a very black and white. There's villains who are bad, heroes who are good. We're kind of in a more gray area now, which is a well done thing.
Yeah, I mean his death I think had to happen for like the power scaling because he had his climactic moment last season that I loved. I feel like most people did.
Yeah,
but he literally could just create an army
of himself.
And
it's crazy.
You can't have that. So it's really sad because I think it was a really interesting idea, but then the author was just like, wait, we can't have this.
Yeah.
And I guess like narratively he reached his character arc, whatever. But it's sad because he was the most intriguing character to me.
Yeah, no, I think he's a fantastic villain. And it was sad to see him go.
For sure.
I don't really have many other My Hero thoughts. I don't know, do you?
I'm thinking. There's more to come for sure. The season is just getting started.
Yeah, and also we do have our My Hero episode out there too. If you haven't listened to that,
go listen.
Go check it out. We talk a lot more about it.
Week opening, I'd say.
What's that?
Like the opening.
Oh yeah. I feel like that recently the openings have just all been kind of generic. Like, hey, let's go.
Hey, let's go, keep going. Yeah. All right, can I hit you with a little bit of Mob Psycho? So I know you haven't. I won't give like, honestly, nothing too major's happened in the season, but I have 2 main thoughts about Mob. And one is that as like an adult who obviously I'm very passionate about anime, but I wish anime did more to like keep me up to date because when was the last Mob Psycho season out? I feel like I was in college.
Yeah, we were. Season 2 was so long ago.
And like, there's all these little minor characters in this season that I do not remember. And it's like, I guess I could go read a freaking summary, but it's like, can't you just give me like a 2-second flashback and recap of what happened? I'm wanting a recap here.
Yeah, you're getting me really excited to watch this new season.
Well, it is. No. Okay. I'm just complaining a little bit because it's like, there's a lot of characters now. But the opening is incredible. The animation is still incredible. Even like the day-to-day.
Is that Madhouse?
I don't remember. It's probably Bones. We'll get you on the case.
Yeah.
But while you're pulling that up, I just think it's so good. Like the feeling. Let me contrast that. So the plot, maybe I'm a little lost in the details, but the feeling and vibe is still 100% there. Mob is still the super powerful protagonist trying to make his way as a teenager. Reagan is still great, super funny, love him. And now I'm like 3.5 episodes in. I can see where the plot is going, and I'm hooked again.
What I think is really cool about Mob Psycho, I was rewatching some earlier episodes the other night, and I think it's similar. It's interesting because it came out at the same time as One Punch Man, and I think it got a little overshadowed by it because they are very similar in a lot of ways. But I think Mob does it better, and in a way that I think Mob is a much more relatable character than Saitama.
Saitama. Yeah.
I mean, I granted, I haven't. There's more Mob Psycho that I've watched than I have watched One Punch Man,
But that's exactly the point. Is like the story of Mob Psycho is compelling that I want to be there for when he's not fighting. Whereas One Punch Man kind of is just like you're there to see him punch things, and the rest is kind of goofy. But like Mob as a character, you want to see him grow. You want to see him get better, just like you want to improve on things in your life. So I think that's really what makes it stand out from One Punch Man.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just still pulling up this finding the animation studio. I googled it, and you'd think it would come up right away when you Google animation studio.
we can cut out the search phase if you want.
Search phase, Dark Horse Comics, Adult Swim, Toonami.
Can't you just go Wikipedia?
I'm on Wikipedia.
Control F animation.
Control F
Studio.
animation. Bones. There we go.
You want to make that more formal?
All right, animation studio confirmation. It is Bones.
Bones.
Studio Bones.
They know how to do it.
They know how to give us the good eye bones.
Yeah, but I don't know if I have too much else to say. I think it's good. I think the opening is honestly incredible.
Yeah, it's been a show with strong openings.
And when I say the opening, I mean both the animation and the song to go with it. Really, really strong. Just gets me excited to watch it every single time.
Cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna dive into that one soon. There's so many things. I kind of want to get into Bleach because of this. Like, there's the new
Tell me
season.
about this. I don't know what this is.
Well, there's the new season of Bleach airing. It's like the 1,000-year Blood War arc, and I don't know. People are just excited for it. And
I actually completely missed those.
oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know about
you
this.
had no idea about this? Are you serious?
This is live. I actually don't know what you're
This
talking
is
about.
crazy.
Because all I know
like,
is Bleach ended.
Yeah, but the anime did not. The anime,
But like they're still making it.
They just started making it again.
All right, tell me about this. Serious. I missed this.
Wild. The anime like ended a long time ago, and it didn't finish.
Right.
It didn't finish what the manga had. And so just recently, it started back up again with the final arc that the anime never did. So that's airing right now, and I'm curious to get into Bleach. I got the volume 1 out there.
Right. So are you saying you want to watch like hundreds of episodes
That's
just
the
into this
thing.
arc?
That's
you just
the
want to
thing.
jump in?
I don't want to just jump into the arc. That would feel weird. But I also, I as much as I wish I could just download all that Bleach information into my brain.
There's probably like a Bleach abridged you could watch.
Yeah. Team 5 star, if you're listening.
Team 4 star, right?
Team 4 star, sorry, yeah.
I bet you could do that.
Please do that for us.
That's how I have any Dragon Ball Z knowledge is just Team 4 star.
Team 4 star.
So just find Bleach abridged.
Yeah.
And let me know how that is, because I totally missed that.
Yeah. That's wild. I feel like this is a big deal in anime world.
Apparently.
We're not the hottest in the anime news as we may come off here, folks.
We are the anime news.
We are anime news.
All right.
Unless it's on our desk, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I got to talk to my assistant about that one. Like, we're gonna have some words.
But JoJo's part 6.
JoJo's, which we're not done with yet. But
Yeah,
we're nearing the end.
Yeah, there's like 2 more episodes I think that we have till. I've read this whole part, but this is Doki Duffy's first part 6 run through. As it's, I remember like when we started part 1 of the episode, part 1 of part 6's episodes, you were really enjoying them. You're saying it was like one of your favorite parts. Has it retained that energy?
The vibe is definitely different.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's hard also to decouple it from the annoying break we got. I'm really trying to, because we'll talk about that, I'm sure. But in terms of the vibe, it's gotten very weird.
Yeah.
It's gotten very bizarre.
One might say.
Very bizarre.
Yeah.
And I find a lot of the stands just like gross and or frustrating, like the enemy stands.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, get them away. Like I don't want that.
Yeah. There's some pretty vile stands.
So, you know, it's fun for them to get beat up, but for the 20 minutes or more that they're there, it's like
This I forgot to like this season 2 has a lot of like body horror stuff.
Yeah, you've been saying that. So you told me that in the part 1 of part 6, and I was like, I don't really see it, but now I see it.
Yeah, it's pretty twisted.
Yeah, people are turning into plants.
Yeah, when
like
the people
really
were like,
gross
the way
ways.
they animated that was insane. We saw a person's eyeball like flourish into a flower. It was like horrifyingly beautiful. Like,
yeah, and it's like, oh, it's anime. It can't be that bad. No, it's bad.
Yeah, seeing their like mouths like and teeth grow into the tree. It was vile. Like, it was crazy.
So I would say like my initial excitement has definitely not been as much, but like we just hit a big character moment that definitely moved me, and I was like, oh,
I cried. I don't know if you I teared up a little bit at that.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, again, part 6 spoilers here, folks. But yeah, the FF death. Yeah, FF death. It's a heavy one.
Like I told you, if for our viewers who are really up to date on JoJo Part 6, all 3 of you, whoever you are. There was like a fake out death the episode just prior, so that specific moment didn't hit as hard, but I still they definitely made me feel for that character.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because in the manga, when I read it, there wasn't like as big of a fake out death. I don't know why. I think it kind of ran through more in the manga. I remember it just kind of like FF like went away completely, but then came back again and stuff. And it wasn't the fake out, but I don't know. I thought that was an interesting choice. They did it this way, or maybe I just read it so fast that it didn't feel like there was a fake out.
It's probably a combo of those things. Because it's like, I guess they ended it for like a cliffhanger in the anime, but it's airing on Netflix. Maybe they didn't know when they were making it because every other one's been weekly. I don't know. We could speculate all day, but point is that was a good moment that moved me. I had one other thing I wanted to say about Part 6 in particular.
Would it be about our boy Poochie, perchance?
I mean, Poochie's great. Oh, I guess we're getting some more gay representation in JoJo.
Some villainous.
Let's just pretend that he's an adult. Like, we don't know that he's a minor. But like, they're definitely boyfriends in Egypt, and that's fun.
Yeah, that's cute.
That's good. I don't know if you wanted to mention this, but the fun or not so fun fact you told me was about Anasui. Who?
Yeah, I maybe mentioned this before when I think we've maybe mentioned.
You probably alluded to it.
Yeah, I don't know if we've talked about this on the podcast, but yeah, initially in Part 6, Anasui was supposed to be a woman, but the people of Japan weren't ready for that. So
the editors of Shonen weren't ready for it.
The editors of Shonen Jump weren't ready for it, so they cut it out. Or, I mean, they didn't cut it out, but it, was gender swapped.
Yeah, I wonder if I would have viewed Anasui differently, because I don't love him. I don't hate him. He's definitely helpful, but he is kind of annoying and like, I'm going to marry Jolene. I'm going to marry Jolene. And it would, if he were doing that, but as a woman, it'd be like, oh, this is different, I guess. Mm-hmm. But I don't hate him, but he's fine.
He's fun. He's got some more moments coming up too that are cool.
We just we have a guest in the studio right now.
We have Goo
Chin
D. Grimalkin in the studio right now.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how he got in, but we'll see if we get him on the mic.
The door is wide open.
That door is. I didn't realize the other door was.
Yeah, all the doors are open.
So we'll see if we get him on the mic.
Yeah. This is my cat, by the way, folks. This is not a human. For those who maybe aren't familiar with our lore here in the studio.
I had more. Did you have Part 6 stuff you want to tell me about? Because it's almost over for me, and I'm just really excited to see where it ends up.
Not really. I feel like a lot of what I want to say about Part 6, I have to hold off on until the part is concluded. But I think David again always brings that animation to the table that I love. Thank you, David, for all your service.
And not thank you, Netflix, for what you've done to this series.
Yeah, Netflix's release has been terrible. For those who aren't maybe up to date with what's going on with JoJo's Part 6 is Netflix has the rights to releasing the episode, and they're releasing it in batches, but the first batch of episodes came out in January, I want to say.
Yeah, 2022.
Because we were still living in the old house, the previous studio when that came out. And it just, I mean, we're talking about it a couple weeks, months after it came out. But it still was like a weird gap of time, and they did a terrible job promoting it. I just saw through like some random Twitter account, it was like confirmed release date, and then it was a link to some weird article on a website about the release date. Netflix didn't even do anything for it.
And I do want to speculate just a little bit here, because when we think of anime and we think of breaks and then we think of coming back from a break, what's the one thing that we're like, oh, I can't wait to at least see this?
The new opening.
Like JoJo's parts always have, like, since part 3, parts have had multiple openings. Part 4 had like 5.
Yeah.
It had like a ton. Maybe it only had 4. I don't know.
3.
It has
3 or 4.
It has
4,
the
maybe.
like the
Crazy Bizarre Town.
It has Crazy Bizarre Town. It has
There's like the like weird
emo one. It's got
one.
the like shiny justice.
Yeah, Shining Justice. I think
Good
is
one.
yeah.
Anyway,
a lot of openings.
so JoJo's Part 6, Part 2 does not have any of those things. It does not have new animation. It does not have new song. Maybe, and listeners, please, or viewers, please let us know. The very end animation might be different. Like, she like used to break out of the chains, but now
it is different. That's definitely different.
But we've seen that within like the same part.
Yeah.
Like we see minor tweaks to the animation. That David's produced that for us before.
Yeah.
So it really makes me think like that alone is enough that maybe the creators weren't expecting this break to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just had a different budget that they were working with too. I mean, it looked like animation wise, it looks stellar. Like I think I have no complaints on the animation. I think there's not really much CG I notice.
No, yeah, I think I saw like one.
There's
What's the enemy stand of the main guy?
White Snake.
I
Yeah.
was like a one CG White Snake, but that's fine.
Something I feel like stands are one thing that sometimes works in CG. I don't know.
But I wanted to point out that
Yeah.
the thing I said about Mob Psycho applies here too. Is that like it's been so long and I didn't do enough refresher, I guess. I didn't do my homework. That like I don't know where Hermes is. Where Hermes is one of the main crew members of this show. And I'm like, wait a minute. What is Hermes doing? Where is she? And you had to like tell me she was injured or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate that Netflix be doing us like this, but at least we're getting part 6 here. You'll soon know the feeling. I mean, and it just hurts after a part finishes when you don't know if it's coming back with the next animation for a long time.
Yeah, that's gonna be new for me for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if the manga's colored, maybe I'll check it out.
It is, yeah,
because that color really it pops.
Yeah, part 7 is that's a truly bizarre adventure.
But yeah, I'm excited to see where it ends. Maybe we'll do a full part 6. Well, it's not even gonna be a full part 6.
Yeah,
but a full recap of what's out.
Reacts.
Yeah, but is it time to get into why we're mainly here today?
The man himself,
the man, the part chainsaw,
the doctor.
Wait, the doctor?
Dr. Chainsaw? I don't know. Chainsaw Man.
He's a doctor?
Yeah.
Is this a spoiler?
No. Denji gets his doctorate.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, of course, Kunai Kenny in the studio, in our home, has all available Chainsaw Man, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are new chapters out now. It's still going, but I think, as far as I know, all the manga volumes of part 1 of Chainsaw Man.
So, you're keeping that dynamic of you're fully in the know and I'm going in fresh. We're doing a lot of flip-flopping, but you're in the know here.
Yeah, I have all the chainsaw knowledge.
And I know as much as any viewer who is up to date on what we're 4 episodes in now.
4 or 5. Yeah, 4 episodes.
So, go watch those episodes and then come listen to us if you haven't already.
Yeah, it's the hottest anime of the season right now. People have been waiting for this one for a long time, and it's finally here. And
oh yeah, actually, I had a disclaimer before we get too far into this one.
Do we got a disclaimer here?
I just think that if you're not comfortable with sexual content, I feel like we have to get into that a little bit with this show.
Yeah, definitely.
Not like we're not getting raunchy, but sexuality I feel is a big part of this show. And so if
it is the dream.
It is the dream. So if you're not cool with that, skip ahead, maybe skip past the break. But we do need to bring up matters of sexuality with Denji.
Yeah.
Because that's his whole thing.
That's his whole thing. Well, let's just I guess start with an initial react here for you, going into Chainsaw Man fresh. Have you felt it's lived up to this hype that has been built around it?
I would say so. I think I mentioned this maybe in the Fire Force episode, but these days I do got to admit, if something is flashy and emphatic and stylish, that really catches my attention. And that Chainsaw Man opening, is just like, you're like, what is going on? These characters look so cool. The Kenshi Yonezu song is like so weird, and it's cool. And that right away, and then the character animation, has been incredible. Yeah,
the manga and the series in general pops off in character design. I think there's some really cool characters that we've yet to see as well, and every frame of every character is stunning. Like they've been Mappa's really been popping off with the animation here. Like every shot of Makima, I think in particular,
Absolutely.
like anytime she's in frame, they're like all their money went towards like she can never be CGI.
And
like,
I think it serves the show because a fun thing I've been doing just for myself as a student of the medium is to compare the volume 1 to like what we've seen in the anime so far. And you could correct me if you disagree, but I don't think Makima pops as hard off the page as she does in the anime.
well, yeah, I mean the color and like you really
color.
get her eyes too.
Exactly. And like the particle light effects
Yeah.
around her. She's
Yeah.
always looking like angelic.
Yeah.
But we know she might not really be.
Yeah. But it's been great so far. I think it's stylistically it's great. The soundtrack has been fantastic. We have different endings every episode too, which has been crazy with different animation too. It's a lot went into the show and it really like a lot of heart and care, and it's really been showing every episode.
Yeah, so stylistically it's hit pretty much every mark I want. I will say there's like the Chainsaw Man himself when he goes chainsaw mode is CG'd and it's got a little bit of getting used to, but like it's fine.
I'm sure there's a lot of action in this series, and I'm sure they kind of have to spread their budget sparingly. Where I'm imagining that some of these earlier moments we might be getting more things like that, just so later on in the series we can get some kind of more detailed moments. At least I hope.
Yeah. But so initial reactions, it's great. Do we want to get into a little, let's bring back some of our season 1 Bravery Punch topics a little bit?
Yeah, the kind of pillars of what make a shonen. I think it always it's in the modern era of shonen. It's been changing so much, but I think they still kind of have these elements. But we always have our hero and their dream is number 1. The cast and crew is number 2. I mean the crew around the kind of protagonist, and then number 3 is the power system of the series, and we do have things for all of these.
Yeah, so the main hero is really what stands out about this show.
Denji.
Because Denji's dream, you want to say it? Or everybody knows if they're here, right?
Yeah, Denji's dream is just to get some. Denji just wants to have sex, basically, or like touch a boob, have sex, whatever. I know his dream, I will say, like, this isn't like a major spoiler, but his dream kind of evolves throughout the series a little bit.
Yeah, I get the sense. So literally what we're shown is that Denji actually has a more of like a Naruto start to his life than we've seen a lot in recent shonen. So like Denji starts out destitute and alone and living like a really rough life. And when you think about other recent shonen protags, like Deku's only sad because he didn't have a power.
Yeah.
Like the Black Clover kid got like an adoptive family. Freaking Itadori Yuji, like his grandpa died, which is sad, but he like had a good home and is like able to have shelter and stuff. Denji lives on the street and has to like hunt
eating
monsters.
trash.
Yeah. And it's like
eating
maggot
filled food
and eats like a piece of bread for dinner. So I know he always states his dream as to get some, but I think a literal big part of that is also just to like have a safe and healthy life.
Yeah, I think his dream is more just at the kind of the bottom line of it is like connection and love.
Yeah,
is more really what he is striving for. And as the series goes on, he learns different ways of what that means to him. And obviously, he's 15, and right now it's just about touching boobs is how he thinks he wants to connect with people. I don't know, but I think you were kind of touching on this. I know with his dream, he when we were watching the last episode, you brought this up, how Denji so much is talking about how it doesn't have to be this big sprawling dream for me to be serious about this. I can do this to the same seriousness as you without this massive dream.
And I want to respond to that, but remind me, I've got an idea about his inherited destiny as well.
Okay,
if
cool.
I don't get to it. Yeah. But absolutely. And so in the episode you're talking about, he fights this like horrible worm with like
the leech devil.
The leech devil. It's really gross looking.
Yeah.
But he has this whole speech exactly about what you just said. And when I viewed that, I literally looked at you and was like, this is meta. Like, this is the author talking to other shonen stories, maybe just like anime in general, and saying, I can write whatever story I want and it's still worthwhile, like, to me. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if my character outwardly says his dream is not to save all the people or become the leader of a town. Like, it's his dream is just to find connection that's genuine to him, is
Yeah.
the nicest way to put it.
Yeah.
And that's just as worthwhile to him as the other dreams of shonen heroes. And like, if you might not necessarily agree with that, I don't know if I fully agree with it yet, but I'm like, I think it's cool that the story's so all in on that concept. Like, I kind of respect that.
Yeah, I think what's really cool about that concept and like kind of real world application is when we watch so many of these shonen, it does give, you know, this idea of, you know, achieving these massive goals, which, you know, sometimes people do that, set big goals if you want to, but at the same time too, you don't need to have these like big massive mega goals. Sometimes achievable goals like that Denji is setting for himself are enough to live life and to be serious about life. Just because you don't have a mega huge dream doesn't mean you're not serious about anything. That's just how you live. And I think that's a really cool message for a shonen to be sharing.
I absolutely agree. I think Denji is dead serious about this, though. Like, I think he's like, this is as serious to him as becoming the Pirate King.
Yeah,
which I think is fun.
no, truly, yeah. And I think that's cool. You know, it's just he like went full like ape mode, and like at the end of it, like Power's like, why did you save me? And he just like points at her chest.
Yeah,
It's
so
like,
that's what I want to talk about.
yeah.
Can I get on
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Because someone pointed this out, and I have a couple thoughts about that. And I think it's worth mentioning that I think he deliberately does not take advantage of Power when she's literally powerless. Like, she says she can't move, and I just feel like, I don't know, maybe this is doing Jiraiya dirty, but I feel like Jiraiya would have taken advantage of that situation and like committed some assault, maybe.
Yeah, in other shows, it definitely could have been a bit for sure.
I mean, consent should be the baseline, but it is still nice to see this very horny guy be like, no, like, we gotta wait. Like, you can't do it. You're obviously like not okay right now.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring that up because we even see it in like other shows that you might not remember. Like, do you remember, this is a near and dear favorite to my heart, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Do you remember Uncle Iroh is this pinnacle of saintly goodness? Uncle Iroh like takes advantage of the bounty hunter woman in season 1 who's like paralyzed from her monster thingy, and they're like both lying on the ground. He's not paralyzed. He's just like snuggling up to her, pretending to be. Do you remember this? It's the episode where there's like the giant tongue monster that can sniff.
Oh yeah.
And he like gives Zuko this wink, and when you watch that as an adult, you're like, oh, Iroh, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's not cool. So like, it still happens in shows as like a joke, and just the fact that this mega horny, ridiculous show is like, no, like, consent is not really a joke. It's like, all right, cool. Like, I'm glad to see this. I'm glad we're here.
Yeah. I think it's a really interesting piece of shonen. Again, like pushing what modern shonen is it's something totally different.
I have one more thing I want to say.
Yeah, the inherited destiny.
Inherited destiny, exactly. I gotta talk about the inherited destiny, because you might be thinking, like, we just talked about how his only dream is to be horny, or is horny to, right? But why is he in this situation at all? Like, how did he get recruited / like taken into this devil hunting situation? Because he's poor, because his dad like left him with all his debt. And there's always this idea of like fathers leaving things that the son have to like live up to, whether it's Luffy finding Dragon or Gon finding his dad. Except this dad is dead, and this dad really messed up his kid's life by like leaving him poor and destitute. And so that's the destiny that he's inherited and just has to deal with, whether he wants to or not. And then he has another dream on top of it that are kind of connected, like we just talked about. What do you make of that?
Whoa. I think that's really interesting. And I guess I never thought about his dad's impact on his life at all, because in a sense, he's a minor. He's not a character at all.
It's
he's
a throwaway line.
It's
just like, oh, he inherited this debt.
Yeah. No, I think that's a really good take you got there.
Right. And then I want to push it like in a weird sort of direction, because visually, I think this show is really similar to Jujutsu Kaisen. They both take place in Tokyo. They're both fighting these gross monsters. But this show is, I mean, maybe it's not about it, but it's all started because Denji didn't have any support.
Mm-hmm.
Denji was poor and had nothing. And literally, if Denji had like a welfare system, the story wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
He would have still been horny. We all feel that way from time to time, most of us. But he wouldn't have had to fight devils. Maybe he would have met Pochita on his own.
Mm-hmm.
But like the whole impetus of the story, I hope I'm using that word right. The whole thing that sets it in motion is a lack of support for him. And though I doubt it will be explored, I think that's so compelling compared to just, oh, my grandpa died and now I want to help people. It's like, where's Denji going to go from here? How's he going to rise up from, start from the bottom,
Right,
like,
right. Yeah.
I'm interested. I don't know another shonen. Like Naruto kind of did it, but Naruto always had like an apartment.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and Naruto too, I think has like cares like at least at the start has a different kind of care for people than Denji does. I think Naruto like ultimately wants to protect people. He doesn't want to hurt people. Not that Denji does want to hurt people, but Denji really only cares about kind of the people immediate to him. He doesn't like want to save the earth. He doesn't want to be this great big hero. He just wants to do what he can to live his life. And I don't know, there's something cool about that in a shonen because it is always that like do everything for everyone, but like for Denji it's like sometimes you got to do what you got to do to survive, and
even if that means
different.
kneeing a guy in the crotch who's gonna house you, you know. It's a bold decision.
Yeah, we're getting into some real deep philosophical discussions here with Chainsaw Man. But
Someone's gonna go watch this show and be like, wait, I'm watching the wrong show.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
Yeah, but it has been really fun. It's exciting. I think it's even for non-shonen fans. I think this is going to be the next really big thing. All
Yeah,
around.
I think it's already started.
Yeah,
to me.
it's already started to be, and it's only going to get more massive. Like once it gets on, like once the season's done and it like goes on to Netflix or wherever people can binge it, it's going to be even crazier. Especially just like with this animation. It's just like it is so cool that we're getting to see things like Chainsaw Man and Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, like shows to this animation level is really, really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, we said on one of the Demon Slayer episodes that Demon Slayer really set the bar, and it's these shows are rising to it. And
Yeah.
it's so anime fans do be eaten well, even
Yeah.
if it's a lot of devil food they're getting.
Right. Like we were saying, like there's so many shows this season. I haven't even been able to keep up with them all. Like this is such an exciting time to be an anime fan, and glad to be talking about it here with you.
Glad to share it with all our listeners too.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any other Chainsaw Man thoughts of like maybe has the anime lived up to what you were hoping to see?
Oh yeah.
on
I
the
mean,
page?
because like like you said, like you open up the in the manga, like you open up a fight and it's like 2 panels. It's like some splats, some saws, and so we're getting these big long fights, which is really cool. The voice acting's great. Denji's voice is like exactly what I
Yeah.
pictured. I love Power's voice too. I love Power all around.
She gross. She gross though.
She do be nasty. She do be nasty. But it's been fun and it's beautiful. It's so good to look at. So good to hear too. Great sound design. The chainsaws are sounding good.
Definitely.
There's just a lot of stuff I'm really excited to see like fully animated. And I think unfortunately this is only like a 12 episode season or something like that.
I crunched some numbers, I crunched some numbers earlier this week. And volume 1 took about 3 episodes, and there's 11 volumes, so it's like 33 episodes of anime. So we probably won't get all of it.
Yeah, we'll get to some good, exciting stuff here. But like there's like that one iconic panel.
I've seen it.
That everyone's seen, like the astronaut things. And I'm so curious to see that like fully animated and stuff. So there's just a lot I'm really excited for and jazzed up about this show. And I do have more things I want to talk about it with, but I just want to restrain myself just to let you infer what you will from this series.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, we do have a short part 2 segment here on today's show, but we'll take a quick break here and be right back with a little online quiz to find out which shonen protagonist we are.
Stay tuned. If you are liking this show, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/braverypunch. We've also got an email, punchbravely@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter @braverypunch. You can even find us at wordpress.braverypunch.com. Is there anywhere else you can find us?
You can even find us on Instagram @braverypunch.
You can find us there. Also, rate the show and share it with anyone who might like it.
Welcome back to Bravery Punch. Part 1 today we talked about a lot of new shonen, and part 2 today, I don't know, I just thought this would be fun. I found on animeeverything.online.
.online?
.online.
That's brand new to me.
Yeah. Which shonen protagonist are you? Do you want me to read this little intro paragraph that they wrote? It's not very long.
Yeah, and then explain what we're doing.
We're going to be answering a series of questions to find out which pronoun.
Like we do it one at a time?
Yeah, I think
Right,
it's not many questions, so we'll do one at a time. Hey guys, until now I've been posting normal anime quizzes and polls, but this time I thought I'll do something different and more interesting, an anime personality quiz. As you might already know, a personality quiz is a quiz where I ask you a few questions to determine your personality and match it with a famous personality. Obviously, it is not going to be perfect. It only has a few anime personalities, and it'll only match you with an anime character who has somewhat similar characteristics to you. That is, not all traits of the anime characters will match with yours. However, I've tried my best to make it least relevant.
All right. So am I going first? You going first?
Yeah, let's do you first.
All right.
So, how often do you train your body?
Oh, okay. That's 4 times a week.
So
I try. Okay.
It's multiple choice.
I was about to give you my whole gym routine.
Yeah. This is not a gym podcast. That's for another time.
Could be.
That's on Bravery bench.
Oh.
Bench press. How often do you train your body? Your options are: mostly I run around the ground after school. That's all. I'm too lazy to train. Every other chance I get, I live for this. Quite often, I do some hard training, but nothing too intense. And then I don't need to train my body. All I need is my mind.
I'm going to go with the lame answer and say quite often.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's
I can't hit 5 days a week or more. You know,
and you're not in every other chance I get. You don't.
Yeah,
I live for this.
I don't live.
Yeah.
I live for you listeners.
Oh. What do you think about lying? Lying is bad. Lies are essential for our lives. Only lie when there is no other choice. White lies are okay. I don't care.
I guess lie when you have no other choice, because by definition, if you have no other choice, like you have to, right? Like, what else?
Yeah, there's no other choice. That's the only thing. When do you lose control of yourself?
Oh my goodness.
When the person I'm most fond of is hurt. When I'm pushed into a corner. When I'm eating. When I'm annoyed. When somebody is hurt because of my inability.
Okay, so the real answer is when I lose in Super Smash Bros. So I'm gonna try to translate that to one of these.
Let's see. When you lose,
I hope like your loved ones aren't getting hurt regularly enough. They're like, oh yeah, that's when I lose my control.
When the person are you most fond of Fox Fox
no,
McCloud?
I'm not actually that fond of him.
When you're pushed into a corner,
I guess, yeah.
Okay, I guess you smash so hard that you're just.
I guess that.
Or
that
when I'm annoyed is another.
I like pushing into a corner.
Yeah,
because it's like you're frustrated, you can't do anything about it. Like,
yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's when you power up.
Or no, I could just get salty, you know.
Yeah. All right, next question. What would you do if? Sorry, it's very poorly written. What would you do if you're in the same room with your hater?
My hater.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
If your hater's in the same room as you, what are you going to do about it?
Do we have haters?
We probably have at least one out there.
I would just say, like,
with our followers.
Who are you?
Okay. I won't do anything. Let them say whatever they want. I'll try to be friendly with them. I'll just be myself. I'll try not to make eye contact. I'll challenge them and prove my superiority.
Oh my goodness. I'd probably just be myself. Like, I want to say I want to be nice, but I'd probably just be
You
myself.
just be yourself. That's good.
That's probably what I'd do.
What gets you excited? Shopping, talking to my crush, a good brawl,
Oh,
doing something for other people, to see things going just as I planned. I feel like a good brawl.
I think two of those do. I mean,
Yeah.
my girlfriend who might be listening, of course, that excites me talking with you. But if I'm going to translate again, I'm going to translate brawl as video game combat.
Yeah, that's what I think. You love a good brawl in Super Smash.
You know,
Bros.
if I'm gaming past 11 p.m., it's kind of hard to sleep because I'm so excited. The Doki Doki's really going.
Yeah, are we allowed to do multiple? No, you can only do one. Only one answer.
We can go with the brawl. That gets the Doki Doki going.
Yeah. All right. If you were in a war, how would you contribute?
Oh gosh, I hope not ever.
I'll be behind the scenes, scheming and strategizing. Duh, I'll just go and beat the enemy up. I'll be a team player and follow the plan. I'll go to the battlefield first, and then I'll think of a way to win. I'm not very confident of myself, but I'll do everything I can.
So in real life, I don't think I'd be allowed to go on the front lines.
Because you have your diabetes.
Oh, because of that sweet beatus. So what are the behind the scenes options? Being the mastermind?
Yeah, scheming and strategizing, follow the plan, or not very confident, but I'll do everything I
guess
can.
I'll go with the mastermind one. You know, that sounds like
scheming
the safest.
and strategizing.
Yeah, that sounds like the safest place to be.
I mean, but this is about your personality.
Okay, my personality, I don't know. War is bad, guys.
I feel like you could scheme and strategize.
All right, sure, I'll scheme.
I'll say it's okay. All right. What do you do when you're cornered and are about to lose a fight?
Okay, I've been here many a time.
This is the
recently.
last question, by the way. I'll think of a way to at least save my friends. Or if you're in a doubles Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, true.
I'll be very glad. This is the kind of thrill I've always wanted. I'll try to think of a way to save myself before getting completely overwhelmed. I'll lose control of myself and go on a rampage. I'll fight till I die with no hard feelings.
Ooh, all of these are appealing to me. They all feel very shonen.
But what feels the most Doki Doki?
Most Doki Doki. I feel like most of my fights these days are in video games and are solo ventures. So as much as I want to say the friendship thing, it's like these are really solo bouts. So what was that last one more time?
I'll fight till I die with no hard feelings.
That's kind of where I'm at. I do kind of panic sometimes.
I will say though, but no hard feelings. You get salty.
I do get salty.
So there are some hard feelings there.
So what's the lose control one?
I'll lose control of myself and go on a rampage.
Let's do that one. Let's do that.
You go on a rampage.
Yeah, you know, I get salty. I'm not saying any gamer words or anything, but I'm like, you know, I'm angry, but I'm very polite.
Here we go. Are you ready for your results?
Let's hear them.
All right, you are Midoriya.
Oh.
Izuku Midoriya. Izuku Midoriya. Why can't I say his name?
Izuku.
Izuku Midoriya is a very diligent and hardworking person. However, he's not the most confident person there is. He is often swaying between self-confidence and self-doubt. Regardless, he does everything in his power when push comes to shove. Midoriya is the kind of hero who prioritizes the life of others over his own. There was this one time when he chose to obey orders and save himself, but ever since he has hated himself for that and swore to become strong enough to put others first. He can stand people getting hurt because he is powerless to save him.
I don't even remember what it's talking about there.
Yeah,
but
I don't know either.
I mean, he's definitely admirable. He's also the nerdiest like shonen hero.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna cruise through this quiz here. I'm not gonna read all the answers again, but let's see. How often do I train my body? I'm too lazy to train and I don't need to train my body. All I need is my mind.
I like the too lazy though.
I feel like I am too lazy, but all I need is my mind. But I'm too lazy to train.
But you train like your music. You know, it's just like your body. Kinda.
But yeah, all I need is my mind. What do I think about lying? I do think lying is bad. Lies are essential for our lives is a really weird.
This is really weird.
White lies are okay. I don't care. I'm gonna say lying is bad.
All right, hot take.
Hot take. Yeah, you know, I follow Immanuel Kant's philosophical ideals, and he states
what season of JoJo is he from?
Emmanuel. Yeah, he's part 3, but one of his things is lying is bad, so we're gonna run with that. When do I lose control of myself? When I would say I'm between when the person I'm most fond of is hurt and when somebody's hurt because of my inability. I'm gonna say when somebody is hurt because of my inability.
I kind of forgot about that one. That's a good one.
That's a good one. And what would I do if I was in the same room with my haters? Let's see.
You're in one right now with this hater.
Oh no. I won't do anything. Let them say whatever they want. I'll try to be friendly with them is what I would honestly do. Probably, you know, keep your enemies close. What gets me excited? Either talking to my crush or doing something for other people.
Go with talking with your crush. Yeah. Let's see where that gets you.
Yeah, let's do talking to my crush. If I get Black Clover Kid, I'm gonna be so mad.
You're gonna get Zenitsu.
That would be it's protagonist though. Okay, I think only. Yeah. If I was in war, I'm not very confident in myself, but I'll do everything I can. That's what I would do in war.
Cute.
And what do I do when I'm cornered and about to lose a fight? I'll fight till I honestly haven't been in this situation. I always win.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'll think of a way to at least save my friends.
Cute.
All right. You ready for my results?
Well, let's hear it.
I got Midoriya too.
Oh, we're the same. We should start a podcast
gosh.
together.
Yeah, that's boring.
I think he's the most attainable because he's very nerdy.
Yeah.
But he's also like lives up to the shonen ideals.
I wish I could like hack
yourself
into the quiz and see the other results.
Is this what if it's all a joke and it just only gives you Izuku Midoriya?
I know this has already been a pretty long episode, but let's do a custom one and see if we can get a different result. Okay. We can edit this out if we want to, but
we're gonna try to craft
the perfect protagonist. All right, how often do we train our body?
We live for it.
Or do all we need is our mind?
We live for it.
We live for it. Yeah, every other chance I get, I live for this. What do we think about lying? Are they
never?
Or are they essential for our lives? I want lies are essential for our lives.
I don't know. That's not very shonen.
I know, but I want to see what it gets us.
Exactly.
When do you lose control of yourself? When I'm eating? ?
Yeah, what's that gonna be? Fat gum?
When I'm annoyed when somebody is hurt because of my inability.
No, do the eating. Like,
when
what
I'm
is that?
eating, yeah. Same room as hater. What are you gonna do? I'll challenge them and prove my superiority.
Yeah.
What gets you excited? To see things going just as I planned.
Okay.
If I were in a war, I'll go to the battlefield first, then I'll think of a way to win.
Oh my gosh, so cool.
And what do you do when you're cornered and are about to lose a fight? I'll be very glad. This is the kind of thrill I've always wanted.
This person
if it's Midoriya, I'll cry. Yeah, it's Goku. Okay. That makes sense, yeah.
That does check out.
Yeah. Okay.
But like, I wouldn't want to be like Goku because you said Goku's whole thing is just fighting people.
Yeah. That you would just. I feel like if you leaned more into your Smash side, you could be Goku.
That's true.
There's
my alter ego. Yeah, there's just Duffy.
There's a Goku in your heart somewhere.
Definitely, but like,
is in everyone.
I'm really just the Krillin right now.
Yeah. Oh, we could do this for hours.
You know what? Craft different. Send us your answers.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good quiz, though.
Yeah, we'll have to do another one next time.
Yeah, we'll find. This will be a new bit where I just find different anime personality. Yeah, because
there's always like the what kind of bender would you be type of thing.
Oh, there's so many.
Those are fun.
All right, but I guess that'll do it here for us. This Bravery Punch.
Yeah, we got a lot of things to look forward to on the horizon.
Yeah, a lot more One Punch coming.
Wait, One Punch coming?
Sorry, Chainsaw Man.
Those are different shows.
Yeah, sorry, we were talking One Punch earlier, and I got
like an hour ago.
Yeah, that was earlier.
Kunai Kenny's excited for more One Punch Man.
Yeah, I am. I think it's done.
I don't know. We're excited for the shows we talked about in part 1, though.
Yeah. Yes, we are. Thanks for listening. My punches are losing steam.
I'm Doki Duffy.
I'm Kunai Kennie.
And stay brave, everyone. This is Doki Duffy saying thank you so much for listening to another episode of Bravery Punch. We really appreciate your support. If you want to do even more for the show, you can find us on Patreon, and you can find us at all the social medias at Bravery Punch. Until next time.